because all what they're looking for is quick profit and gain.
Yeah. So, like I just said a minute ago, there are many people who are only involved in Bitcoin so they make more money. And generally, you find, ironically, that those people who only have an intention of making money, that's their only intention to make more fiat. What you generally find now, actually, is that they don't like Bitcoin. Those people tend not to actually like Bitcoin. They like other coins, because in their mind, Bitcoin's already moved a lot already. These other coins will pump a lot more. Then buy these other coins, buy this coin and that coin and Doge and Shiba Inu and all these other coins, and just get the pump. So ironically, if we're just purely talking about Bitcoin, this argument no longer applies to Bitcoin, to be honest, because no one really does that. Or very few people buy Bitcoin just to make more fiat. If they really want more fiat, they'll go elsewhere and go to these other crap coins. So, but if they only did that, then I would say, yeah, you could do that, but you are missing out a larger part of the story. It doesn't make all your actions doing haram, but it does mean that you essentially will sell your Bitcoin for a currency which is clearly deficient. Anyway, let's move on.
You remember the pyramid schemes and the networking schemes that have been in the past and still ongoing today, selling you a commodity that costs in the market a single euro, they sell it to you for 200 euros, claiming that there is only 5,000 pieces in the world of it. And then after you pay that huge amount of money, you qualify to market it to others, and you will get a percentage whenever someone enlists in the same Ponzi scheme. It is all bogus. It is all a hoax, and they consume people's money through that. Man by nature likes quick profit.
Okay, so the Shaykh here has put together a whole load of things in one go, and has made his point a bit convoluted. But let's break it down. What is a pyramid scheme? What is a Ponzi scheme? They're actually very different. Now, according to a definition which I found online, it says that Ponzi schemes and pyramid schemes have many similar characteristics based around the same concept. Unsuspecting individuals get fooled by unscrupulous investors who promise them extraordinary returns in exchange for their money. So that's kind of what the Sheikh has described here, but there is a reason why a pyramid scheme is called a pyramid scheme and a Ponzi scheme is called a Ponzi scheme, because they're not the same. They behave very differently. So let's have a look. What is a Ponzi scheme? A Ponzi scheme, investors give money to the portfolio manager, so he's giving them money like an investment. Then when they want their money back, they are paid out with the incoming funds contributed by later investors. So the scenario will be, I'm an investor, I'll say, bruv, I've got this business model, it does this, it does that, we make so much money every year. If you give me your investment, then I'll give you X amount of profit in return every month. So give me £100, I'll give you £10 every month, ongoing. So what I do is I take that £100 from him and from others, and every month when it's time to pay out these individuals, I use the money that they gave me, that £100, to pay out everyone else £10. So if I have 10 people all giving me £100 each, I now have £1,000. Now the end of the month comes, I have to pay them. I now give everyone £10 each, which basically means I paid them 100. So by the end of the month, I have £900, and I paid them out £100. If I keep on getting more and more and more people, I will still, just like that, I've been amplifying that surplus. I've given everyone a small amount, but I have the larger amount. And the only way Ponzi schemes end is whereby I eventually run away with that extra surplus, because I can't pay back what I promised them because it's a lie. That's how Ponzi schemes work. A pyramid scheme, on the other hand, is different, and it's different in the sense that, again, it's a pyramid. So taking the example that Shaykh gives here, you buy something off of me, but with buying that item, you earn the right to sell the same item to others, and you get a cut of that sale. So do I. So that's where the pyramid comes from. So I'm at the top, I get half of the profits that you sell. Oh, well, I guess the first sale with me, and I get all the profits because I'm sending to you directly. But then I say to you, you can sell to someone else, and then you get 50% of that. So I get half, you get half. And if they get others, then they would get, let's say, 40%, I get 50%, and the next person gets 10%. And if they sell them to others, it decreases little by little by little by little. So the money flows up to the top. That's how pyramids work. So they're very different in the sense that a pyramid scheme generally tends to revolve around the sale of an item. So if you keep sending to others, each person cascading in the tree gets a portion of the sale. Whereas a Ponzi scheme is more about investment. Give me money, and every month I give you a share of the profits, which is not really a share. I'm just giving you the money that you gave me back. But eventually my plan is to run away. So also the differences between the two. So the question is, how is Bitcoin like a Ponzi or like a pyramid scheme? So if you see Bitcoin as having only the function of having fiat money, so I'm already getting the Bitcoin so I can get fiat money, then we can kind of see why people may be confused as to why it maybe act like a Ponzi. Why is that? Let's look at the process. You give your fiat money to get Bitcoin. So you handed money over to receive this thing that you don't really want because you want the fiat, but you give to get this thing, this fiat. Just by doing that, the price of this Bitcoin goes up, which makes people other than you who see this price going up, they want to jump in as well. So they hand over their cash to get more Bitcoin, which in turn turns the price of Bitcoin even higher. And it gets to a point whereby at some stage, someone, especially those who came in early, will say, okay, I want my fiat back now. I've made my profit. I want my fiat back. So let me give back the Bitcoin and get my fiat back. If more people start doing that than those who come in, then the price will no longer go up. It will start coming down. And this is why people think it is a Ponzi scheme. But this is not how Ponzi's work, as we just described before. Nor is it how pyramids work, as described before. So again, let's see how would you get a pyramid scheme how would you do a Ponzi scheme in crypto? Okay, here's a scenario. Let me give you an actual Ponzi scheme using cryptocurrency as the basis. I have minted and I have issued 1 million tokens, and I have all 1 million tokens, and it cost me practically nothing to issue that token. And now they had this practically nothing, and they've made promises. If you buy this coin early, become an early investor, it will go up 10-fold, 20-fold, 100x, and then you can sell at a profit. So that's what happens. Some people start buying it, early investors, the price goes up, more come in, price goes up, more comes in, price comes up. At some point, me, the issuer, I want to now exit the system with the money I made, because I've effectively collected all your money because I sold the tokens I had, which I made for nothing, to you. And now the price starts to drop. Literally, it will go to zero. And we've seen that many times in the crypto space where the money has practically gone to zero because the early investors or the creators exited. That's an example of a Ponzi. So the coin had no function. There was never going to be a function. It was only a means to pump the price up and then dump your bags to exit with their money. So you just transferred money from those people into your pocket and now you've gone. That's an example of a Ponzi. in crypto? What's the example of a pyramid scheme in crypto? How does that work? So again, I issue coins, either all of them or most of them, and I make promises. If you buy this token, you will be able to, every time you sell the token onto someone else or you get other people to buy the token, you get a specific cut. And I can program that within the actual program, within the actual code base, that every time transaction goes from one person to the other, the original wallet will get a cut. And the wallet before that will also get a cut. That's programming a Ponzi within the actual code base. So you see every time money is transacted, the money flows up and up and up and up to the original person. And that's an example of a Ponzi scheme in crypto. Now, in practice, there aren't many examples of Ponzi, of pyramid schemes in cryptocurrencies, because it's very obvious that it's a pyramid scheme. Not saying it doesn't happen. It does happen. But it's not that common. Generally, what you'd find is a lot of these YouTubers who have affiliate links and whatnot, who want to get you in early, they are the ones who essentially are the resellers. So they have the main guys who have the top of the pyramid. You have the foot soldiers who go on YouTube and pump coins, and then when you buy and others will buy, and that's a form of a pyramid scheme. But generally speaking, coding it into it doesn't happen that way. There was one crypto coin, I think it's called Safe Moon, where they actually coded it that way by saying whoever sells their coin pays a fee to the holders of the coin for the fact that they sold it. So that's an example of a pyramid in it, but it's generally not that common. Ponzi's are more common, where basically someone issues a coin for nothing, hypes up the coin by getting everyone interested, and then exits with the money for that coin. Some people call it a rug pull and all that kind of stuff. So those are examples of a Ponzi in crypto. And none of that occurs with Bitcoin. None of it. Bitcoin has never promised to make people millionaires or to do something. I mean, it's definitely will happen by function of the price discovery, but there was no pre-mine. So the Bitcoin, when it was launched, there was no Bitcoin. On the day that Bitcoin network was launched, there was no Bitcoin. And you had to mine Bitcoin to earn Bitcoin. So anyone who gets Bitcoin as a miner has to earn it. As opposed to a Ponzi, you don't earn anything. Secondly, Bitcoin has a function. It's a functioning currency. People use it to do business and commerce, to store their wealth. It has a function, which is not the case with a Ponzi scheme. When you go involved in a Ponzi scheme, you're giving your money to an investor who is lying to you and telling you that he's going to make money for you, but there is no money to be made. The profit he's giving you is the money you gave him at the beginning. Same thing with a pyramid scheme. Some pyramid schemes, the way they function it is like multi-level marketing, they call it multi-level marketing, where they actually do sell a product, but it still functions as a pyramid scheme or as a pyramid scheme, because essentially you're not really buying. You don't want the thing. You're just buying it for the rights of selling it on to someone else at a profit, or not profit. I said someone else, and then cascading that money. It's a scam. Whereas Bitcoin doesn't behave that way. And Bitcoin's only come into existence through doing and providing a service, i.e. processing transactions. So I send money to one person to another person, and another person is a miner. He earns Bitcoin by securing the network and validating and processing transactions. So it's a system that has a function. What's this function? To be a currency independent from any individual or any organization, to store one's wealth and to facilitate transaction. That is not Ponzi or a pyramid scheme. But like I said, if you only see Bitcoin as a means to get more fiat, then I can understand why you are confused. But it's incorrect. Anyway, moving on.
If someone with a long beard comes to me and says, Shaykh, give me money and I invest it for you, and I'll give you revenue that is beyond imagination, and you will sustain a happy life, I will trust him. Not because of his beard, but because of the gain and the quick profit that I may make out of it. Bitcoin is something like this. And there are...
Yeah, so as I've just explained it, here's an example of the motivations why someone will get involved in a Ponzi, because they want profit, quick profit. And then he says that Bitcoin is like this. Incorrect. Don't take my word for it. Just listen to what I just said. What where I described. Go on YouTube or go on the internet, search Ponzi versus pyramid, look at the definition, and analyze, does this apply to Bitcoin? Ponzi schemes need money managers. You give money to them and then they give money back to you. That is a Ponzi. Is there a money manager for Bitcoin? Nope. Pyramid schemes require you to buy or sell products and you get a cut of that product. Is that the case of Bitcoin? Are you required to sell Bitcoin to other people and get a cut of that profit and cascade? No, you're not. So Bitcoin is not a pyramid or a Ponzi. I hope that's clear.